Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing. We are here for the first race of 2019 and of course this is the Podium tier, our 12th season at One Hub Racing, and we are back home in Silverstone, and alongside me in the commentary box, he's finally recovered from his New Year's Eve hangover. It's the one and only Sean.
Thank you very much, Nick, for that lovely intro. And yes, I was indeed drunk on New Year's Eve, and it was even such bad that Alex and the other guys were like totally afraid of me. And the next morning, no hangover. So let's say that the Dutchies are also capable of. Anyway, besides that.
Yeah, we've got rain here in Silverstone, which is no surprise. Of course, British weather often throws in a little bit of rain. Intermediate conditions look like what we're in store for. But before we get racing underway, Sean, first and foremost, welcome everyone back. Hope you had a lovely Christmas, and welcome to 2019. As I said, here for another year of racing at One Hub Racing. And Sean, we've got we've had the easy part of the championship in a sense that now business means business. CXY is involved in this championship battle, joined the league a few races ago, and really showed Danestar that he's not going to have it all his own way.
Yes, and currently his pace is very good for someone that has joined the league just a couple of races ago. And to be fair, he's, I think, now the only driver that has like have Danestar won on his money, because you know in the last two races that when Jack joined, you know Danestar had legit some problems, you know, just to keep up. And that stands out for me the most, that like we finally now have a driver that, oh my god, that's game set, just losing the car like around old turn 1 corner. I can't remember the name. So punch me for that. Cops, thank you. You can punch me later for that, because I should have clearly remembered. Anyway, but yeah, I mean it's quite nice to see, but I don't know what would happen if Jack joined earlier, because you know he's now like a big gap behind Danestar. But I think this race he also has, I think he's going to have a difficult race, Danestar.
Yeah, Silverstone, not the easiest track. Lots of different series of, you know, corners, high speed, you know, a few straights, a few technical corners, some corners that you can really throw the car into and just hope it sticks. But obviously these conditions, Sean, a lot less grip than what they'd have in the dry, and just running on board with Gaza being very tentative through the S section of this track as he heads down the hangar straight. We often see some moves heading into this corner, but qualifying, it'd be interesting tyres now, because obviously they'll all be able to start on the compound of their choice if the rain continues and they all qualify on this intermediate compound.
Yes, but the wear is not that much, to be fair. You know, you can do a couple of laps and they still have around 5% tyre wear, so it's really not that bad. But if it is a dry race, then we have some really interesting strategies going out there. But I'm just looking aboard now with CXY, or aka Jack, going to his flying lap right now, so I know how he will cope up with the changeable conditions. So I think, yeah, we're gonna have some interesting qualifying session with us, and maybe even surprise one, that maybe one of the lower guys in the championship that's gonna have a brilliant result.
Yeah, it's should we talk about the championship for a minute? Just under 15 minutes left in the session. No lap times on the board just yet, as riding on board with Gaza, his teammate is also out on track, coming through the first sector. Has a little bit of a wobble there, but Danestar leading the championship at the moment, and it's been an impressive season so far for Red Bull. We might as well hand them the Constructors' Championship already. But Drivers' Championship, we thought it was going to be Danestar's way. Everyone was saying, you know, he's having his cake and eating it, but CXY, Jorit, race winners now in this tier.
Yes, indeed, and I know if the championship is currently updated as well, but right now Danestar leads by 70 points over Jonas, who had like not the greatest start of the season, I must say, and Botweller goes faster right now, 38.7, so lap times are tumbling down. Oh, yellow sector 1. I don't know who spun around, but and see, I saw someone crashing out, but I don't know which one it was. I think it was, anyway. But yeah, Danestar leads by 70 points, and then after Jonas, it's Jordan with only 4 points behind Jonas. So I think the championship is still alive. even though Deinster has a 7-point lead, but I think it's not really decided right now.
Alrighty, and obviously intermediate conditions in this qualifying session, Sean. So, what do you think will be going through these drivers' minds? We don't know the weather for the race, but do you think if the race of CXY heads to the top of the timesheets already? Hello to everyone watching. Welcome back to One Hug Racing. Nick comes across the line. He jumps in 10th position, and if we have a quick look over, we can see that the gaps are quite spread out at the moment, and we often see that in the wet weather conditions. You know, it's more technical, more difficult to get the lap time in, and you know, I've always found, Sean, that put a bit more fuel in, go out and just get into a bit of a rhythm can sometimes be more important than having the freshest tires.
Yes, and you know, I think one of the drives, you know, I think it's always fun at this range, because I think in this grid right now we have 16 drivers, and I think at least 12 or 13 drivers haven't practiced in the red as well. So it always makes me interested, you know, that there are still drivers, you know, just mix up, you know, how the drivers like, you know, just react to the red weather. How will they affect, you know? So it's me always a very interesting situation always, but. If you know me probably very well, I always love wet weather.
Yeah, myself as well. I always enjoy. I find it more fun to drive in these conditions. You have to really find the grit rather than just know it in a sense. So it's definitely a lot more fun. So Eagle's creating his own grit off track at the moment, but CXY leads the way, and who's on a hot lap? Dweller's on a hot lap. He's half a tenth up in Sector 1, and we'll ride on board with him as he heads towards Cops down the old start-finish straight.
I always love the corner, especially in the dry. It's so nice to drive, but also in the wet, just... Oh, he stays there in 8th gear, but he's going wide there. I don't know if it's... Oh yeah, we have regular corner cutting anyways. And Rizard is out of this session. I don't know what happened to him, but... And Botwell just cutting a little bit of that corner, but I think it has no real effect. Oh, and now he's 2 tenths down, so I don't know if he will recover from that. So we're gonna see him going 2 cups. No, Stowe, exactly. Sorry. You know, I mean, there was like some controversy back in the day that I was driving, because I took pole when I was a little bit right. But I think the nature of that corner, you know, you always go right, and regardless, like what happens. So. I think it is just one of those corners that you always go right, you know, and not even be punished, even if it's on strict corner cutting.
Yeah, it's definitely a corner that you wouldn't want to see drivers, be tentative through. You'd like to see them push the cars, you know, these 2018 cars, push them to the absolute limit through corners like Stowe. You know, that's what they're made for. You know, how much speed, how much confidence can the driver push through? Obviously, you don't want to see him running so wide. You know, he's gaining an advantage and causing, you know, controversy like that. But for sure, it's definitely always nice to see drivers really pushing their car to the max, especially in qualifying. You know, low fuel. Let's see what these boys. Let's see what they've got in them.
Yeah, and also very interesting what they're capable of. But right now, Jordan is like pretty close to CXY with only like a little bit of a tenth slower. So I think Jordan might be very comfortable in wet weather. So I think he's also the main one that's going to be interesting. Take maybe a pole position here.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Ols finishing on the podium last 2 times out. It's felt like such a long time since we last raced, Sean, but nevertheless, we're here in Silverstone and expecting a one-stop race. Definitely now that we're going to be qualifying on the intermediate tire.
Yeah, but I think it can be also be a one-stop. Definitely.
Alrighty. Well, we will continue on with this qualifying session. A few drivers in the pits. Dainstar is in 4th, championship leader, back on an outlap. And Sean, do you think it's drying up at all, or do you think we'll have the weather as is until the end of the session?
I think, to be fair, I don't see any just glaring paths, you know, in the skies or something in all sectors. So I think we still have some rain. Excuse me, for this qualifying session. So for me, it's always still interesting that it's still gonna be wet weather, because you know it throws up everything, and hopefully it stays wet for this race.
Well, of course, if you enjoy racing on this Formula 1 game, then you can always check us out at One Hub Racing. We got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course our website onehubracing.com, where you can find info on how to sign up. We do have a waiting list, of course. There's quite a few drivers, Sean, waiting to get into this tier, so we'll we do an attendance check after every race, and if any driver is found to have multiple unauthorized attendance or they don't show, then they'll be removed and obviously make way for, you know, a driver who's waiting. And it's really nice to see, you know, like a driver like CXY who was waiting for so long. You know, he messaged me 2 or 3 times, is there a space, is there a space? And he finally gets in, and, you know, he's absolutely on the money, and you have to say, a great addition to this podium tier.
I think he's one of the greatest additions. Oh, he's going to get held up here by D-Boy Dan.
Maybe a bit of slipstream though.
I mean, it is not really the time, boys. I don't know, I don't know if D-Boy Dan is also on the lap, so... Yeah, I don't know.
D-Boy Dan goes wide because of that.
Yeah, I think it's just an unfortunate circumstance, but nothing really that CXY, could do, but he's coming... Oh, he's gonna start all over again with his lap time.
Yeah, he's not happy. Is he out of fuel?
He's... I think he's out of fuel, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
So, provisional pole, but he's going to have to get all the way back to the pits. He's weaving. Oh. I guess he was unhappy about that, but if D-Boy Dan's on a lap, you know, that he doesn't have to get out of the way. He can finish his lap.
It is all his right to do that, so, but yeah. But I'd still afraid that if CXY know that... Oh, Dainstar with tires. Wait, excuse me.
Can't see where that is, whether that was caused, but not on the front row for the championship leader.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in the pit lane actually.
I don't think so, because he's not showing pits on the right hand side. So Liam,
I don't know.
He was quick in France, but what can he do here in Britain as he heads through the Maggots and Beckett's? I sat there in 2009 on the left hand side, watched the cars belting through these series of corners. It's amazing how quickly they're in one shot of your vision, and then the next they're gone. That's when they used to be loud as well.
Yeah, but now we are stuck with V6 engines. I mean, just let that sink in. V6 engines. V6.
Haas comes into the pits, and here comes Liam. Oh, someone just jumped up there. I think that was Skaza, possibly, who's just moved up to 7th position. But what about Liam? So, yes. He doesn't improve. That is a slower lap time. Stevie G's teammate is also on a lap coming through this S section onto the hangar straight. It's one of these corners, Sean, where you when you get on the throttle, you kind of not sure how wide you're going to drift next to the DRS board there. You kind of have to. It's really hard to get it right, I find anyway, every single lap. And particularly when the tires get worn, you think you're carrying the same amount of speed as before, but before you know it, you got your 2 left-hand wheels touching the grass.
Yeah, but I think George goes even faster right now. What a stunning lap time by him as well.
And Nick goes, Nick's disqualified.
Oh, the wrong way.
So what on earth happened there? Unless he spun round or something like that.
Spun round.
But he'll start last now because of that, as Jort's now spinning around. So, provisional pole, man.
Jesus Christ.
Let's have a look. Yeah, we can...
CXY is now at the back straight there, and if he's gonna make it in time for a next qualifying, for a next round, I would be very impressed with that.
Yeah, so would I. He needs to leave the garage with about 2 minutes to go, so he's got to get in, serviced, and back out again. I don't think he's going to have enough time. He might have to settle for that lap time he's already got on the board.
I think he needs to, yeah. It's going to be interesting, though, to be fair.
It'll be very close.
Dingster has reacted in the jet. He spun out in the cops. And he said, 0 stop on super hard it is. Well, good luck. And if you are not disqualified from that. Anyway.
This will be really close with CXY. Unfortunately for him, it's one of the longest pit lanes on the calendar. But Dainstar won't be taking any further part. Neither will Razart, and Nick's been disqualified. So, Jorrit on top. The other Mercedes down the bottom.
I think, to be fair, you know, now with F1 2018, you know, when you have those monitors coming down, you know, you can instantly
Change your
your
tires.
tires. And on 2017 you couldn't. So if CXY is now going to pit, if he has his tires, his screen just out immediately, he can immediately have some fuel in, go out again, and I think he just have enough time.
This would be really close. I'm just on board with him. Apologies for not covering the action on track. Oh, we're back on track now, but let's keep an eye on that word pit. He might just get enough time to get out and get round, Sean.
Yeah, and also is now currently on an out lap, so he will be. He's only a 10 down on Danger, so if he finds just a 10th, then he will be jump Danger. And I think for also there will be a very good qualifying session for him.
Oh, Buffy Dweller going wide at Cops, loses the back end slightly, comes to the inside. Is he carrying on with this lap? It looks like he's thrown the Sauber Alfa Romeo through this very twisty section, flat section, because Silverstone is an old airfield, of course.
CXY is coming out of the pits with 1 minute 50 to go. He has enough time, but he has to cut some corners. Yeah.
He needs to get those tires up to temperature as quickly as he can.
There'll be if the race is a dry one, then he will be so lucky.
Well,
he will be a very lucky man.
He's going to come across the line. It won't be pole, and it's not an improvement. 4 tenths down.
Yeah.
Who else is on a lap?
Paul's is currently on the lap. Paul's currently on the lap.
So is Jonas.
30. And
Jamie's retired. And 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th all in the pits. So Dazik and Gamersat choosing not to set a lap time in these tricky conditions. Perhaps they feel Jorit's on an even quicker lap as we hit the minute mark left in this session.
He's a 10th quicker right now. What can he do? Oh, he's run out of fuel.
Just before.
He's run out of fuel. Oh my god, he just ran out of fuel. Right on the wire. Oh my god, that is really unfortunate. And CXY, I think he's gonna make it. He's now currently on the back straight. Wow, that is
maybe
actually
10,
impressive.
15 10 seconds, maybe less than 10 seconds to go.
That's actually impressive, to be fair. That is actually pretty impressive.
Oz is going to cross the line and then have enough time to do another lap. So that's pretty good planning. Yeah, is he coming to? No, he's not coming to pit. So yeah, he'll have enough time. His fuel looks fine to me. What can he do as he comes across the line? He does improve up to 4th. So he just beats Dainstar. And you said he only needed a 10th, Sean, and he went and done it.
I'm actually very impressed. Oh, there's a there is a. Oh, man, my heart beat when. And CXY, I think. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he's going on a lap, so this will be interesting.
Liam just crossed the line.
Right on board with him
as well. So Stevie won't be able to complete another lap time. So we've got a few drivers who are going to.
Oh, Ols is currently still on the lap. He's only half a tenth slower right now, so I think this could be a very interesting qualifying session right now. So we have a very amusing.
The reason he's slightly slower is he made a mistake in turn 1. He went slightly wide, but we haven't mentioned Jonas too much this session. But he's on only in 4th, and he's on a hot lap as well. So it's between the two Ferraris.
He used none of his ERS actually. He's still on 0, so I don't know if he's pushing for a lap actually.
Haven't seen any sector times. Ols is definitely pushing, and so is CXY.
Yeah, Jonas 1.1 seconds. I think he's on an out lap. He's 1.1 seconds slow, so he's definitely on the out lap.
So his session's done and dusted. Ols is almost 3 tenths slower. What about CXY? He comes through the final through corners. Can he steal pole position? Buffy Dweller's on the front row alongside Jorit. But what can CXY? I think this is going to be a pole position lap, and it is by half a second.
Actually impressive. Jonas, what can he do? That is impressive.
Ols can improve.
Like so much impressive.
What about Liam? What can Liam do? Comes across the line. He's going to improve up to 7th.
And Jonas stays 4th. But yeah, a very impressive lap time by CXY. He had so little time with the pin within the pit lane, and you know there's always, like, I feel it myself, there's so much pressure, you know, when you just and I mean just finish that line, you know, to complete a lap time, and you have to be you know, just be the fastest. I mean, that is just impressive. So, well done to CXY to steal that pole position.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he got pole in his first race in France, and did he get pole in Austria as well?
I think he had. I think he had pole as well. Yeah, I think he had pole position.
So that's it's either 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 since he's joined One Hub Racing. So yeah, really dominating qualifying in all conditions. It has to be said now.
Yeah, and if I have the honor to do the grids,
go for it.
All right, so CXY aka Jag has pole position with a 37-2. Well done to him. Jordan in second, Botweller in third, Jonas in fourth, Ols in fifth. Well done to him. Dainstar in sixth, Liam 7th, Gasman in 8th, Steven G 9th, and Razor, the Dutch guy, in 10th. And then the ones that didn't make it were Jamie in 11th, D-Boy then 12th, White Eagle 13, The Zeke 14, Gamers at 15, and Nick unfortunately be disqualified from the session.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a kind of game issue or something that perhaps he didn't deserve. But either way, he'll be starting at the back of the grid. His teammates near the front. But yeah, Dainstar, tough day for Red Bull as we're seeing some sunshine.
And there's indeed dry weather as I just fix. Excuse me.
So we'll wait for the drivers to choose their strategy.
Go.
I imagine, Sean, there's going to be some more thinking involved now that they can all select their tyre choice. And do you think anyone will start on the softest compound, or will we see what we've seen in a lot of races and use the two harders?
I think I did this myself, and in this kind of case, I had an AOR, wet weather, and a dry race. The best thing to do is just start on the soft tires. Because with the mediums, you go too long on that. I did it as well. And, you know, you can't make that time up, you know, again, at the end of the race. So I think for the front runners, especially now CXY, I think it's best now to just start on the soft tires. Because that's just better. With the mediums, you go too long on that.
Credit to these boys as well. This is the third race in a row, Sean, that they don't ready up before the tier coordinator who does. So the tier coordinator will give, you know, all the drivers enough time to select their fuel, select their tire strategy, and just kind of get their head in the game in terms of you know, so that it isn't pressed straight away and you're kind of panicking. Have I done everything? Have I selected the right fuel? You know, so this tier, third race in a row, and they've done it perfectly. The other two tiers have yet to do it, and of course the drivers that do press go before the host are penalised each week with a penalty, 5 seconds, even in some cases where it's been constantly done by the same person, 10-second penalty, and yeah, so it's really important that obviously, you know, we follow the league rules, and that's just a small
Believe me, in AOR it's even worse. They did press start immediately, so even in these conditions, someone just pressed start and I only had like that 30 seconds and I was like, Jesus Christ. So
yeah, you want the time just to think about, make sure you've done everything you right. You know, you're about to do a 50% race, and you know, one small little error can cost you big time. But let's run through, Sean. So we can see that the top 7 have all chosen your strategy, starting on the soft tire. Then Gaz is on the mediums, Stevie's on the soft, Razart and Jamie are both on mediums. Then you got soft for D-Boy, Dan, White Eagle, Dazik, and then the final 2 are on medium. So no one choosing the super or the hards or whatever that tire is that we never use in this Formula 1 season, but I imagine it'll be either softs to mediums or mediums to softs, so pretty straightforward for these boys and the pit crews here today.
Yes, and as I quickly done that, I just changed the headset, so real quick, because men can also multitask instead of women, don't forget that. So I think I sound now even better, and I think we can now even do more some ASMR live streams, so watch out for that.
Well, let's run through as we're seeing an incident there, but great shot to see all the drivers. They're really weaving down the hangar straight. But Dainstar leads the championship. Jonas in second, Jorah in third, Gazza in fourth, Ols in fifth, Jamie in sixth, Nick in seventh, 8th is Stevie, 9th CXY is up there already inside the top 10. Liam makes the top 10. We'll run you through the constructors quickly. Red Bull leads the way, Haas in second, Mercedes third, Ferrari fourth, Renault fifth, Sauber sixth, seventh is Toro Rosso, eighth is Force India, ninth is Williams, 10th is McLaren. Apologies if you are on the drivers' standings outside the top 10. We are on the grid and we need to focus on exactly getting everything set up so that we are ready to get some. As we're seeing Mercedes crashing into the pit wall down there.
I just see this. Wait, he's standing there on the grid as well.
What on earth is going on here?
I hope for Nick he can drive. Legit. Well, here we go then. And oh my god.
He's reversing onto the grid and now getting underway. And he's getting underway.
So he can still drive?
Does he have wing damage?
Oh, I don't know, but...
Danestar's in the lead, Jorit's down, CXY is down.
Wait, what happened then? I mean, Dace went from 5th to 1st and all of a sudden, how did it...
I think there was some kind of timing issues there at the start.
That has to be. I mean, there's never been that Danestar already has a 6-10 lead, but... I mean, some drivers I think had a delay. I mean, that's just...
silly.
That's the only thing possible. Oh, 3 right there into the turn, and CXY with that, it's the guy that has most affected. His teammate pushing him right. And now Liam has gone to him as well. So, oh, that's a big slide going down there for CXY. So, 6th place. A star on pole. That is just not the way you want to do, but... yeah, I don't know about this race as well. I mean, I don't know which drivers had the delay or not. But I'm more thankful for Nick that he can still drive this race.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know.
What on earth? Oh, and there's a Renault! Is he going to come back onto track? And the D-Boy Dan literally goes around him to avoid him. Good. He was impressive there.
I just saw it with CXY. I saw with CXY, you know, he...
Gaza down the inside of Dazik. And Dazik keeps the position along the outside. Gaza gets a dirty front wing. And now Nick's going to come down the inside of Gaza, both on the medium compounded tyres. Jorit sets the fastest lap, so he retakes the lead. It's all happening here in Silverstone.
Yeah. He was in the lead. I know what happened to Danestar then. He had a 6-10 lead all of a sudden. I think he just went right or something.
Danestar back down the inside.
Oh, Jorit. Oh, the back end just sliced there.
This will continue on to next corner. Dweller's going to sit here and say, I'll see how this one unfolds and pick up the pieces.
Is he going to do the switchback? Yes, he does. He's going very right there, Nick, but he, Joy, but he's going to have the better traction. Ooh, he's almost hitting that. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, I think the straight line speed from Dace is also.
He's going to try down the inside.
Into Stowe.
Oh my god.
Oh, there goes Bodweller. I think he had that's an illegal overtake.
I'm sure that's an illegal overtake. He gained too much of an advantage there. I don't know whether he...
Nick! Oh, Jorit, what are you doing, my man?
Jorit cuts across, but was Dweller avoiding Nick or something there? Coming back, coming wide.
I think not, but I think his speed was much higher from Bodweller, but...
Down the inside, Danestar cuts him off, bit nastily there. But
nothing happened, but...
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But he has no penalties right now.
If Jorit was obviously losing speed because he tried to go on the inside, perhaps Dweller came at much quicker speed and had to go wide to avoid, because obviously Jorit was going to run wide anyway. But this is continue on here into turn 2 as they head down. Buffy Dweller is now going to have the outside line. Jorit's going to have the inside line for the next corner. Danestar's got ahead. Yep, side by side.
They both have DRS. Let's see if they both catching Danestar.
They are catching him, but not enough.
Yeah. Oh my Jesus Christ! He's almost going down the inside there, Jorit. What a man.
We haven't really paid too much attention. Let's see, has anyone come into the pits? No one stopped, so that means no one's got major damage, Sean, which is, good to hear. And we'll head down to the back in a second. We can't take our eyes off.
That's Bodweller. There's one right again, so... But I think, Nick, because we tried driving a regular corner cutting, I think he doesn't have like a penalty or something, because... I think that's why he overtook him. Oh, that is very close. The little touch between Jorit and Bodweller, but here we go.
And look at the two Ferraris have come to join the party. Ols isn't too far behind either. This is amazing scrap here for the lead of this race. Joy down the inside.
Down the inside. Round the outside.
Dainstar runs wide to keep the position, but I think that was fair. He was far enough alongside. And as they go through this tight series of corner, it looks like Jort's got the lead. Dainstar's running wide with... Oh, they touch wheels. This is getting so on the edge.
Side by side, and he's making... Dainstar has to cut across, but... Yeah, he's letting everyone go through. So
he's got wing damage because of it. He rejoins the track, gets wing damage. Down the inside of the two Ferraris. One of them's getting squeezed out now. That was Jonas. And now Jonas has lost a position to Ols. He's run wide there, but now he's going to get the position back against Ols. No, they're going side by side as we head into Brooklands.
Here we go. And Ols, he has to brake a little bit because of Dainstar with the broken front wing. Yeah, he's waiting. Ols, he has to wait for the time out, but Dainstar has that broken front wing, and you can immediately see
through this next section.
Yeah, here we go. In 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. He has to brake so... Oh my god, he's almost hitting the gravel there.
So,
already on lap 4.
Let's have a quick look.
Daistar's race. Look at how much... Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we can't take our eyes off this battle. I want to see what's going on throughout the field, Sean. Perhaps you can flick through as Jonas goes down the inside now of Dainstar, and...
CXY does the switch. CXY does do the switchback, and he's gained on Botweller. And I think he goes down the inside Botweller, and...
CXY knows he's coming. He's going to get a run now.
But he has the DRS, I think, Botweller. Yeah, he has.
Jorrit sets the fastest lap, got a bit of an interval, 1.6 seconds. So Dainstar is going to fit probably a set of the hardest compound of tyres.
This may gonna help, but I think those 5 laps will be such a struggle, to be fair.
The cutbacks they're doing here against each other are amazing. Inside, outside of curves, everyone's going deep, everyone's trying to get on the power early. Fantastic racing. CXY, what can he do? Dweller doesn't defend
down
the inside.
I think he's got him. Yes, he has. So
is he going to come back at him though? Look, Dweller's coming back at him round the outside. I said this keeps happening. Can he hold it round Luffield? Does he warrant any room? CXY gives him room. Credit to the Ferrari man as they head towards Cops. Is one of them going to try something here? We saw Buffy Dweller running wide before.
No, he's right. Yeah, but he's got no warnings because with the regular corner cutting, he doesn't have no penalties. So I think it's going to be pure on pace this race because with the regular corner cutting, even you go that
touches the grass there.
It's going to affect him, I think.
He doesn't get the best run because of it, but DRS is helping him. CXY has covered the inside. Dweller still wants to switch back to the inside, can't do anything about it. Gets on the power early now. Yeah, he's going to have a run into the heavy braking zone. CXY has to cover the inside. Dweller says, I'm going to find the inside anyway. That was so
he's still
close.
Defending it good. That was a very good defensive by CXY. I mean, I was shocked that I see him just going extremely to the right side, but he still managed to not make any contact, so...
Alright, Jonas is there as well, so what's Jonas going to do on Buffy Dweller now? Ferrari, but Ferrari, they all have the same engine, of course. And he touches...
Hit the back of him. No front wing damage, I see.
And CXY spun it! CX1's got on the power too early, he spun it round, so what place is he going to end up? He needs to be careful when he rejoins the track here. He
still
does
on the points.
Just safely enough. But my goodness.
Keep it on the track, buddy.
Gazza going down the inside of Jamie now. And Ols is there. My goodness, it's all happening here in Silverstone. Welcome back to 2019. One Hub Racing. Season 12 Podium tier is really putting on a show for us, Sean.
It is really, and I'm actually almost out of breath. Luckily I have some water, but this first 6 laps are just like more crazy than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah, you don't often get this at Silverstone, do you? So it's really a breath of fresh air to see, you know. And look at this, Jonas has a proper run on Dweller. He's going to be past him before they get to the braking zone. Yeah, and Dweller tucks in, thinks better of it. So Ols now, and Dweller one's wide again. So if Dweller keeps doing that, and he goes massively late on the brakes on Jonas.
Oh, Jesus.
and
still
stops
helps the
Jonas.
position, though.
Yeah, stops Jonas from really getting on the power. But Buffy
Olds
Dweller
getting
needs
closer,
to be
though.
careful of his running wide, because although it's on regular, Sean, which is to encourage racing, and it is, you know, particularly when you saw like Danestar going side by side, I think with CXY, he shouldn't have got a warning for that, you know, and that's why it's on regular. Because we want to see this racing, but at the same time, drivers need to respect that, and stewards will penalise drivers who they see on the stream repeatedly corner cutting. And
I see. Yeah, I had. Oh, there goes Jonas. Oh my goodness, lordy me! That is just one hell of a dive bomb.
Wing
and
damage.
He goes back and he's touching him.
Yeah.
He's touching him. I think
they both got wing damage. They both got wing damage.
I don't see anyone with Jonas right now. Oh, it is on his right side. Front wing damage. I don't see any front wing damage on Jonas. Yeah, there goes Ols. Yeah. I think Botweller has the front wing damage, and I think Jonas not.
Okay, so Jonas will continue on. Look at the gap Jorit's got now.
Yeah, I mean, he's... Oh, yellow's in sector 2. That's for White Eagle. He's spun rounds.
Alrighty, and look at his teammates under attack now from Razor. He started in 10th place he did in the Williams. He's coming down to take 4th position on the inside of Stowe, the extra grip. And he's on those medium tyres, Sean. Buffy Dweller's coming into the pits. So, alrighty, let's have a flick through the order. Stevie's in 5th position. Well done to him. Gazza's in 6th. He's moved up. Nick's moved up after that very strange start. So he's in 7th position. Buffy Dweller's dropping down the order. Jamie's in 8th. CXY, after his spin from 2nd place, is in 9th position. Leon's going to come across the line to take 10th, with D-Boy Dan moving up as well to take 11th. Dazik, and look how long this pit lane is. Dazik and Gamersat are gonna move ahead now of Buffy Dweller. And what about Danestar?
I think not.
Danestar's gonna get him, I think. Yep, Danestar's gone through, and White Eagle will go through as well. So Buffy Dweller, last place, and he is on the medium tires, presumably going to the end. We know Danestar's already pitted and definitely going to the end.
Yeah.
Look at the Renault and the Mercedes now as they head through Cops. They're the next closest boys on track to get the party started here in 2019.
Here we go. I think who's gonna have the better exit out of baggage, because you have to be a little bit on. Oh, Stevie hits the grass there. I don't know if it's gonna affect him, but he also has DRS from Gazzaman. So here we go, but I think it's not close enough now. So, and you can just see CXY in the background. Hopefully he can recover from his spin, because I think that was one of those mistakes that you always have in that corner. I think
Stevie's in the pits. Oh, gets the car slowed down beautifully by the line. It's one of the best that I've seen. Jamie, we've often seen them battling on track recently, and they've named each other rivals pretty much to the end of the season. So let's see how things work out for those two. We'll keep an eye on that battle throughout not just today's race but the entire season. And where is this going to drop Stevie to? Because he hasn't had to have a wing change like Dweller or Danestar. So is he going to come out in front of them, even though, you know, the undercut's pretty powerful here because of the, you know, long pit lane? But Liam's in, his teammate, so he's having a front wing change. And Stevie's come out just
behind. Yeah,
so
I think just behind Danestar.
Yeah, but ahead of Buffy Dweller.
Sector 1. I don't know for who which one was that actually.
Ols is quite close to Jonas, by the way.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Ols doing a fantastic job at the moment, just keeping his head calm. Well, the rest is don't. He's now in 3rd place, and he's just now maybe gonna set up a move. His setup is always like very slippery, so he always has the best straight line speed. And here he goes, down the inside of Jonas into Cops.
Jonas doesn't fight it too hard, does he? Gives him plenty of room.
Is he gonna go get him back? No, he doesn't. So 2nd place for Ols, and currently just a fantastic drive right now for him.
Jonas being cheered on by Lukey, who's racing in the Pinnacle tier at 8 PM tonight. Of course, we have 3 tiers at One Hub Racing. The Podium tier, which is what you're watching now, the Pinnacle tier at 8 PM, and the Prestige tier at 9 PM. So you've got those races to come. Gazza and Nick very close through the first corner there of Abby, and Nick getting the job done now on the Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
So from disqualified in qualifying, whether it was his fault or not, we'll have to wait and find out. But he's up to 5th position now. Razor still
and
inside,
even with
but look at Gazza coming back at him.
I think Nick's just gonna get him. Botwell with the fastest lap time. Yeah, Nick still got it. Even though he started in a very weird way, Nick. I think he lost like also some time on that, and he still managed to be in 5th place. That is absolutely
not just that. He's net 5th place on pace because there was no like major carnages or incidents at turn 1. What's happened between
Stevie has lost it.
Stevie's off the track.
Yeah, he lost it. I don't know how, but he just lost it. I think. I don't know if it's some touch or nothing, but I don't know.
So he's under attack now from White Eagle. It's only a few attempts behind. Is White Eagle going to have a crack at the Renault man? No, he locks his brakes up and goes off. As soon as you touch that grass, trying to get the car slowed down is 10 times harder.
George in the pits.
Buffy Dweller, as Joy, our race leader, comes in. All's in the pits.
That was close with Ols. I just saw him like not downshift and I was like, oh gee, this is not gonna happen.
Incident there between Dweller and Daisy. Dweller gets through, but Daisy came quite viciously across the track. And they touched wheels.
I think he has wing damage.
So, top 3 into the pits. We'll see where they come out. And it'll be interesting to see where they come out in comparison to Danestar, because he pitted early. I
not
think
even close, I think.
They're going to come out ahead.
Close. Yeah.
And on the quicker compound.
Yeah, the hard tires are not really like warming up right now from the Danestar.
Jorit's definitely got it. It would be close between the other 2 boys.
Yeah, also
here they
just
come out
making
the pits. Yeah, it's just got ahead. He has to be under a big attack here. Jonas has fallen behind though, but he'll be on the quicker tire. And Danestar doesn't wait long, tries down the inside of Ols already.
But yeah, I think he's want to defend. I think he want to defend like very hard for it. Or not. Yeah, just let him go through, I think. I mean, it's your position, man. Defend like it is.
You know, perhaps he's thinking about the bigger picture. You know, Danestar's tires are going to be absolutely distraught by the end of the race. We know they go on, but he'll drop off in pace, that's for sure. And we know he's not the best on his tires.
No, his tire is like management is like the worst I ever seen like in league racing. My vets. Like I think in some tracks, you know, like I was like, I'm still thinking like, how can you manage like to be so poor on the tires? But I mean, that could be me though, but yeah.
And now we got Jonas and Ols, as I tried to combine their names, getting close on track. But look at this, interestingly, you've got the top 3 now, who are kind of all within DRS. Yeah. So they're in kind of their race. You've got these 2 in Danestar. And yeah, beating in the pit lane. They're in their race as well, so CXY into the pits, as is D-Boy Dan.
Bodwell has left the session, and Games had also stop-go penalty. I mean, that's like the 5th time I think Bodwell has like disconnected, I think, from a session.
Yeah, I was actually going to comment saying that his connection's been quite good today. I haven't seen any lag or any disconnections, and of course now something.
But did we jinx it?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I didn't say it, so I only thought it.
Me either.
But yeah, here we go as we are on lap 12 out of 26, still 14, and this current lap to be raced. But we think Jorit's the net race leader, don't we? Yeah, Jorit is definitely the net race leader. Danestar's in 2nd, Ols in 3rd, Jonas in 4th, and CXY in 5th when they all come to stop. So CXY, with the pace he had, isn't out of this race in terms of a podium position. Buffy Dweller, if he can get back in, is also not that far behind, so he'll want to get back into his car ASAP. Yeah,
and yeah, Ols not really getting closer enough to Danestar, even though he has like the quicker tire, but I think his tire needs to be a little bit up to grip. But he has Jonas behind his gearbox, and he needs to go down the inside. Jonas goes, but Ols does do the switchback. I think those guys want not to be fighting too hard, because I think they both want to catch, and there goes Ols around the outside again, and he takes the position back.
Yeah, fantastic racing from these boys all race. Dweller's back in the session. He lost about 4.5 seconds in that at least. So, yeah, back in the session. He'll be taking control of his car very shortly. He's continuing to lose time now, as these two boys continue on for another DRS straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would personally not, if I was in that kind of situation, I know that Daystar is not, like, I think he's not, yeah, the win is not, I think, gonna get the win, because I think he put it on lap 4, I think, with that front wing damage, I think. But even though, like, the hard tires, like, are like,
look at the front three
tires. Oh, here we go. Oh, Nick is pushing him onto the grass there.
This isn't really for the race win, but in a sense it is.
To right, oh, and there goes Razor. Oh, there's Nick in the screenshot right there. Man, just fantastic. Oh, Razor had to just avoid Nick, because I think because of his breaking point, and good lord. So now we have fight for second place. Oh, his ERS from Nick is just very, very poor right now. He needs to save that. He goes down the inside. Oh my god.
That was risky. That's cost him time there as well.
That cost him indeed time, but he's still gonna have the ERS, but his ERS, he needs to save it. Like, he's on 50%. That's not gonna help him any better.
Just wanna have a look. Is Buffett? Yeah, he is back in his car, but he's actually being closed in by Stevie as CXY sets the fastest lap of the race in the Ferrari.
But Weller is in his car.
Yeah, he's in his car.
Back in control. He's back in control.
So
I just see it right now.
Yeah,
so.
Tires up to temp and ready to get on his wagon, as they say. But yeah, a very, very interesting race. Battles all the way through, Sean. We haven't had a quiet moment so far in these, 13 and a half laps. We still think
be in that way.
Jorrit is net leader of this race once the top 4 come into the pits.
He's 16 seconds behind the leader. I just click on the leader thing, and he's 16 seconds. So if they make that pit stop, Nick and Rijkaard, I think they're gonna be down in 10th place. But I think because the gaps are pretty close, I think they can easily fight back. So I think they should not worry about too much, but they don't have to drag those tires too long, otherwise it will cost them time.
I expect them all to be in the points, come the end of this race, that's for sure, providing no mistakes are made. But Jamie, not too far off of Gaza either, but Jorrit, once he got in the lead, he was helped by the fact that the cars behind were battling, and since then he hasn't really ever looked back.
Actually, no. But yeah, I think he was like kind of lucky that the guys behind him were battling, and Danger had that front wing, CXY spun around, so he got lucky that all of this happened behind him, and I think he's now just in control of this race, so you can just take it easy, in my opinion. But
yeah, so Jorrit won in France, didn't he? So that was his first ever league racing win at One Hub Racing, so could he make it 2 out of the last 3? We'll have to wait and see. Plenty of laps to go here, and a lot of grass.
Still 11 laps though.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to change all that. So we won't commentators curse him just yet. But Olsen Jonas still keeping a decent gap and closing Dane Star slightly. Yeah, so I expect that battle to come to them within the next couple of laps as
I just see
those
like
hard
with Danes
tires.
on board. I see with the Danes on board, and even with the hard tire, he's still struggling some corners now, because I think this tire still takes a long way to warm up, and by some corner I just see him going wide every time. So here we go. Look at this straight line speed from Ols.
You mentioned this before, haven't you?
Yeah, he almost hitting the 330 kilometer bar. I just saw it. So I think he has like a low drag setup on. So and Danger as always has like a high setup range or so, because in the straight he's so slow, but in the corners he just makes up that ground again. So I think this could be very interesting. And there goes Razor and Gasman out of the pits.
Or
I think this is still the points though.
Yeah, they're going to be in the points. They both exit the 8th and 9th, so that you would presume, given the gap to Boffy Dweller, that Nick and Jamie could possibly both get ahead of Boffy Dweller, but it'll be close.
I think they will.
With Nick, definitely will. Jamie, it'll be close with, but Jorit, he's getting closer and closer to leading this race again once they've all come in.
Yeah. So I think that will be interesting if Nick and Jamie goes instantly going to the pits actually on this lap, but I assume they would go into the pits. As Ols is going very closely to Danger, so I don't know if he's gonna get him on this straight. So let's see, he's putting up in overtake mode. And I
Jonas
think
is there as well.
Wow.
Jonas is actually closer.
Look at the straight line speed from Ols. Fuck, so ooh, that was close to swearing. Just his straight line speed is just phenomenal, but it's just not. It's not like close enough to maybe like just do a dive bomb or something. It's not like close enough. So. And there goes Jamie into the pits, and Nick stays out actually. That's surprising. Now CXY goes through. Let's see if Botweller. He's coming around the final corner. It's gonna be close actually.
It's gonna be very close. I think Boffy Dweller might have the speed.
I don't know.
Yep,
yeah,
he's just got ahead.
Just, and I mean only just.
He'll struggle to defend Jamie though on those fresh softs. Even if he is, you know, quicker per lap.
I mean, that was very, very close.
Gaz is close to Razor as well.
Yeah, as well. Let's see. So a little bit, yeah, it's only the fight for 4th place right now. I think that's almost a fight for the lower bottom of the top 10 actually. Actually good to see, and I see all. So here we go again. Ols.
Nick's in the pits, so he should come out ahead of Boffy Dweller, we think. Let's wait and see.
He's on the soft tires. Oh, he has to wait. As he has a... Oh wait, that was a glitch for my. Never mind. Don't mind me.
Such
don't
a
mind
slow pit lane, 37 miles an hour, isn't it? It's painful to see. Boffy Dweller and Jamie are going at it, and Boffy Dweller coming back down the inside. Jamie kind of backs out there. Boffy Dweller really fighting this, isn't he? He's one of those drivers where you have to say when you race, you go, oh goodness.
Wow, Nick has just jumped Racehard. They both jumped him, and Jamie as well. So the overcut has actually worked for Nick.
No, I think Nick was ahead when they all pitted. Before they all pitted.
I think it was. Yeah, but I think still the overcut what he did, because...
Yeah, they haven't been able to gain, have they? Gazza's going down the inside now of Razor. That's for 7th position.
Oh, Jonas! Sorry to cut there, but Jonas has just got Ols. Just of pure traction, he just got him. Wow.
It's going to run
well
wide.
Done to him.
Ols is now going to get the DRS down the hangar straight, but are they going to be able to knock Danestar off the podium? That's the real question, and CXY is not far behind, and you have to say
1.4 seconds.
Yeah, with his pace,
he's pushing like mad.
And so is Nick as well. Nick isn't that far behind these podium guys on those soft tires.
No. You know, just have to warm up, but I think they will gain an incredible lot of time.
I definitely think Jorit's got this one in the bag, but I have to say the podium is between Danestar, Jonas, Ols, CXY, Nick, and Gazza. So
that's gonna be.
It's gonna be fantastic. Jamie's now got ahead of Boffy Dweller, who thinks about coming back down the inside and decides better off it. So Jamie should pull away from there. I think he's out of any from the top 8 could be on the podium. I think Joris got this one in the bag. CXY gets ahead of Ols. Now Ols gets back through. I've got the rev glitch on CXY's car, so I won't ride on board with him.
Not me.
But
I don't have the glitch, but
down. Oh my goodness! What a horrible noise that is. And CXY going to have the inside, giving each other room. I'm impressed with CXY's racing, not just his lap time, but since he's joined, I've been impressed with his racing. So
Yeah.
Is he
I think
gets
he's gonna
the
be
pedal
very
down?
chilled by that. I think he's gonna be very chilled by that. That the big leader is very happy, so I will tell that to them. Anyway, Jonas is now close in 7/10 of Danestar, so is he gonna be the one that maybe is gonna make a move? And he has like a lot of ERS left, so he can just push on. 6/10, here we go.
You've got Jamie and Dweller, the closest battle as well. Dweller not giving up on that 9th position here tonight. And we will shortly be live for our
oh my god!
Pinnacle tier.
Oh, sorry.
You made me jump
Sorry
there,
for that,
Sean.
but Jonas has almost made the most biggest dive bomb I have ever saw in my life, but thankfully he did it, but now he's gonna do the switchback. Sorry to interrupt you there, but oh my god, that even scared me. Oh my god. You give me a heart attack, that man. And there goes Nick, he's already in DRS range of all, so this race has just turned around like mad. And we have 6 laps remaining, so
all to play for here.
And for Jonas, this is important that he get him, because he is behind Danger, so every point he takes of him is just better for him. So here we go, round the outside, but he's not gonna make it down. He's gonna take a wider line, yes he will. So he's gonna have a better traction out of this corner. I don't know which corner that is. Excuse me for that. Punish me later. Lovefield, thank you. I should have. You actually have to punish me for this, cause I'm.
To be fair, Sean, I don't know the names that many of all the tracks. It's only because I've walked around this track and
I mean, but you're British,
studied where to sit and things like that. That I know this one.
Yeah, but you're also British, and I should have known this way better, because Britain is like the most iconic track on this calendar, and I still don't know the corner, so you can punish me later for that. Anyway, here we go with Jonas. Is he now much closer than Danestar? No,
look at Gaza as well. So. Gaza's going to have a go on Ols, is he?
Oh,
and look at this there on the Mercedes as well.
Ols as well? No. Wow.
No one's able to make the pass, and look, Razart's there in the background. Look how close these 4 cars are. We've done 21 laps and they're still within the same shot.
That's just amazing to see.
Here comes Jonas. He's got a good run here.
Oh, he has to. No,
he needs to nail his exit, or go down the inside here or something.
Oh, he's
got a good exit. He's got a good exit.
Here we go. DRS, and he needs to set it on overtake mode. He's still on hot lap. Overtake mode gives you faster straight line speed. Here we go, round the outside. I mean,
if he doesn't get this done, his teammates say, "I'll get it done for us."
Yeah, he's so. I don't know if they are in a party or not. That's the thing. Otherwise, just team orders. It needs to be. Look how much faster CXY is.
I don't think Jonas will fight this too much. He's not that type of driver, you know. I'm sure he wants his second place, but they are very close.
What are they doing?
Jonas still ahead by slightly. Who's going to be the one to dare the most? And Jonas is the one who keeps the position for now. Danestar is going to be smiling from ear to ear with this one. Further down, you've got Gaza, who's, look how close he is to Ols. Razor's dropped off. Ols has got a poor exit. I don't know which one to watch. Let's watch the 2 Ferraris. Anyone going to try here? CXY thinks about it. Isn't able to do it. He's going to get alongside. Look at Gaza down the inside of onto the hangar straight. And we go through Stowe, and that is job done. Jonas and CXY going side by side. I can't get a good camera angle. Still side by side.
Still side by side. Both with DRS, but why are they fighting? I mean, Jonas should have clearly known that even though he's holding up CXY in the progress that he can. Oh yeah, this is just annoying for CXY, because he knows he's clearly faster than Jonas, but Jonas doesn't have any of it. But he can't pass Danger for the last
Gaza and Ols
7 laps.
Are still. Gaza got a penalty there, so 3-second corner cut penalty.
Oh my god, they're almost touching each other. I don't know what they are doing, but now they're letting him go through. Jesus
Gaza
Christ.
lets Ols go through, and now CXY gets ahead of Jonas, who I still can't run a ball with because he's got the rev glitch. So now Danestar is going to be under attack from CXY.
Literally, I was on board with Jonas, but like almost CXY almost took him out, and now Jonas realized that he needs to back off, so
Jamie's still under attack from Boffy Dweller, by the way. Both Renaults outside the points as Gamersat comes in for another pit stop. Razart's dropped off, and look at this, Gaza versus the man himself of Ols.
That's a very bad exit by CXY, but here we go. He's making the dive bomb, but he's not quite making it, CXY, so...
Needs to be careful because Jonas will have a go. We know there's no team orders involved in those Ferraris, but I keep getting that terrible front wing angle on the Ferrari car.
I don't have this problem.
So it must just be me. Jonas isn't using DRS down the main straight, pit lane straight.
Oh
so
my! It's gonna be
down the inside.
Finally, he goes for the dive bomb. Oh, and Jonas almost joining in the progress as well. And now CXY found him in second place after being held up by Jonas and not making the move stick. But
here comes Nick as well. Nick's within DRS now as well as these boys. He's on the freshest of the soft tires out of all of them. Gaz has got ahead of Ols, by the way, so pulled out of the DRS reins. Boffy Dweller still hunting down Jamie. Won't give up on that 9th position here tonight.
Yes, indeed. And we have also a comment from Eric Vlogs Gaming. He said that we have a good commentary and he found this by accident. Well, if you just want to subscribe to One Hub Racing, then go for it to have some good commentary from all of this. And he's for Bud Dweller, so...
Yeah, Boffy Dweller, we'll give him some airtime, but we're going to have to switch over to Jonas though, because he is going to have a massive run on Danestar here, only 2 tenths of a second as they went through the S's. Can he gain? He just doesn't have the straight line speed, does he? It's because Danestar's got DRS at the moment from CXY, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the CXY, I think he's going to get, he's going to run away, you know, in a matter of time.
Jamie versus Boffy Dweller as we head down to the hangar straight again. We're right on board with Jamie, and Boffy Dweller on the older medium tires is able to keep, get ahead back into 9th place where he was originally. Jamie goes for a dive bomb, touches the side pod of the Sauber, and frustration there from Jamie for sure.
I think it is, yeah. Here we go, here's now DRS round the outside, surely not. Surely not, oh my god.
Look at Nick though. On Jonas, so Jonas goes from being the hunter to the hunted. Our pinnacle tier will be starting very shortly, by the way. Good luck to all of those drivers in the 8 PM tier. And this race isn't over yet. Lap 24 out of 26, Jorrit leads. He's having a Friday night drive here in that Mercedes. And his teammate is trying to get 4th position, possibly even onto the podium here.
He has a good shot to even be second. Yellow's a sector 2.
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie, no!
Jamie going backward. That's at Luffield backwards all the way to the barrier. So just before Luffield, that is. What on earth happened there? I imagine that himself and Boffy Dweller were involved in that one. That's for sure. But Nick's dropped off. So Nick's made a mistake in the Mercedes.
And also Jonas. He went very wide there. So I think they both had an accident because... the gap is now even bigger, so...
I think Danestar, after qualifying, would have taken a podium here tonight. And then even more so after that contact in the early pit stop. To be in 3rd position, he's holding on for dear life, isn't he?
I think so, but I don't know if his tire's gonna hold on. Even though it is on the hard tires, but I don't know if he's gonna hold that, to be fair. He's not getting any closer to CXY, so... I think, it's gonna be, or even outside the podium, that would be like a very frustrating race for Danestar, if it's gonna happen. But yeah, well, Nick has dropped off massively, 4 seconds right now.
He must have made a big mistake. I can't see any damage on the Mercedes, but he was so close. So he's ruined his podium chances. But after that qualifying session and the strangest of starts I've ever seen on a Formula 1 game, where he was in the wall at the last corner, but then somehow just started the race.
Oh, Jonas goes extremely right there, and Danger is out of the 1 second of CXY, so he's gonna be vulnerable those 1.5 pit laps. So here we go. They can. Oh, Yellow's is sector 3. That's. Wait, oh, that's a back marker. Jesus. That's scared for me. And here we go. Jonas round the outside. Is he gonna make it? In 6th gear, they go a little bit wide, but that's okay, I think. Danger wants to go round down the inside, but it's not gonna make it. Is he? Oh, he spun round. Danger spun round.
Yep, he has.
He's gonna make it looser to Nick. He loses the position to Nick as well.
What about
So
his
this is an
teammate?
absolute
No, his teammate's too far back, but that one was hard to tell.
What
I had
a
another rubbish
disaster.
camera angle.
I had a good camera, but I think he wanted to stick down around the outside, you know. But you know, if you have the inside, you know, it's always that, you know, it's a small part, if you know what I mean. So, and I think just he hit a Jonas, and he just spun around. Jonas has no frontal dance, by the way, because he wasn't. Yeah, I think Jonas Danes want to go down the inside, but I think he just tapped Jonas in the process. So.
White Eagle moving out of the way kindly for the leaders, but it feels like almost we've got the position now that we think we're going to finish on. We didn't know who was going to finish on the podium, did we, Sean?
No.
But we've eventually got the two Ferraris making it up. So big gains here for Ferrari and Mercedes on Red Bull tonight, if things stay as they are for the final last couple of corners. But Sean, talk us through Jorrit. This man, he's in the last few races, he's been on a mission. He's made a few strategy mistakes earlier on in the season, but since then he has been supreme. Here he comes out of the final corner to win the British Grand Prix. CXY had the spin early on after a titanic battle getting into second place. He had to fight again to get back into second place with his teammate. He'll be happy with that one. Jonas takes the podium, third place for the Ferrari. Nick will be delighted after being disqualified. Danestar crashes his car as he crosses the line in fifth. Gaza crosses the line in sixth. Ols, after their close battle, Ols didn't really have the pace in that last stint, did he? He comes across the line in seventh. Dweller will cross the line in eighth. Gets ahead of Razor. So
and Danestar leaves session immediately, so I think he must be absolutely furious. I think with that exit. But I saw also in the stream by some people that it's actually a racing incident. So. And I agree also as well. I mean, Danestar wants to, you know, stick around the outside, you know, but as the corner is just going like smaller and smaller, and I think he just tapped Jonas in the process. So just unfortunate for him. But yeah, I think it was like one of the most, like, I think second place with the most eventful races after France, of course. But this one can be in the books. That's.
I think the last three races, the first race in Australia, as we had the podium celebrations in this tier, was fantastic, wasn't it, Sean? And then since then we had a bit of a dip where it just wasn't that entertaining, France. You know. And then we had France, which was massive, Austria, which was fantastic, and now we've got this one. So we're in for a real treat the rest of this season, aren't we?
I think we are, and hopefully they can keep it up like that, even though with some incidents, but. This one was just amazing to commentate on. I'm very pleased with that.
I'm very pleased as well. Well, Sean, let's run through the official grid order. D-Boy Dan gets a 5-second penalty. Gaza gets a 3-second penalty. Other than that, they're all squeaky clean. Let's. I'll let you run us through the grid order.
Yeah, so Jorrit has this win and absolutely deserved that win because pace and everything well deserved. CXY second place after the spin. Well done to him. Jonas, good fight with Danestar, finishing third. Nick in fourth. Danestar after that front wing damage and a little spin in fifth place. Gazaman sixth, also seventh. A little bit disappointed by him. He couldn't make the most out of it. Rizard in eighth. Botweller, even though he disconnected, in ninth place. And then Stevie G rounds up the top 10. And unfortunately, Jamie spun round in 11th. Liam in 12th. Debo then 13th. Tazik 14th. White Eagle 15th and Gamerset is in 16th place. And by the way, we don't have any retirements. I think that's a first.
That's definitely a first.
Well done to all the drivers.
So yeah, congratulations to the podium tier. Thank you very much for a fantastic race. Thank you everyone for joining us. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Of course, we'll be back next week at 7 PM for the podium tier with myself and Sean. But on our channel now, our Pinnacle tier is live in Britain as well. You've got Jono and Kieran in the commentary box for that one. And then later on tonight at 9 PM, you'll be joined by Jack and Alex in the Prestige tier. And they're looking forward to getting back in the commentary box after some exciting races in our top tier. A few new drivers joining this week as well for that one. So, yeah, looking forward to see how they get on. But Sean, fantastic race. Thank you very much for joining me. And also, quickly, let me know, how excited are you for next week already?
Yeah, and also, who was your driver of the day? I mean, I'm going to add that now in every race. because
it's going to be close. We do always put a Twitter poll up for the driver of the day votes every week, and that usually goes up on Saturday. I'm going to have to say Nick did a good job recovering to 4th place after that, but
that's a
Jorrit
great
as well.
start.
The man did what he had to
Yeah,
do, and he won the race. So impressive
yeah,
result from him, and he's really taken the fight, as is CXY and a few other drivers, to Dane Star.
sure. And I think for me, driver of the day, even though CXY had like immense space, but he spun around, and I don't know what would happen if he didn't. But I think overall, just Jorrit, he just kept out of. I think for me, driver of the day is just Jorrit. I mean, he just kept it out of the, just kept his health calm, and just his pace was also just good enough just to create a gap to 2nd place. And he didn't make any mistakes, and well, the rest of the guys, they clearly did make mistakes. So I go for him as driver of the day.
Alrighty, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Of course, hit that subscribe button if you are watching tonight's stream. And as I said, we're live at the moment for the Pinnacle tier, so head over and join Kieran and Jono for that one. Sean, thank you very much for joining me in the commentary box, and we'll be back next
As
week for the
always.
Podium tier at 7 p.m.